Alabama weather is a tale of contrast, drama, and rhythm. We experience some of the most diverse weather on the planet. November through May is our tornado season. Alabamians hold their breath as supercells race across the state, often after dark. Tornadoes here don't follow the rules. They spin up fast, hide in rain, and strike in clusters. Even though our tornadoes are generally not photogenic, Alabama has more strong violent tornadoes per square mile than states like Oklahoma, and we consistently rank at or near the top nationally in tornado fatalities. If you live here long enough, you will understand that tornadoes happen to real people, at a real place, at a real time. By summer, the tornado risk goes away, and heat settles in like an old friend who overstays his welcome, like a damp dish rag. On summer afternoons, pop-up storms brew with tropical intensity, unloading rain in sheets before the sun returns, steam rising off asphalt like breath from the earth. In late summer and early fall, hurricanes from the Gulf can strike with heart-stopping force and indescribable destruction on our incredibly beautiful coastline, and the impact from hurricanes extends well inland. Fall brings sweet relief. The air turns crisp. Footballs fly. Skies deepen to a cobalt blue, leading us into winter. Snow in Alabama is rare, fleeting, and unforgettable. 1/2 inch of snow can shut the state down, but on occasion, crippling ice storms bring days and weeks of misery. Alabama weather is more than a forecast. It's a living rhythm that is endlessly fascinating. In a state where the sky can go from calm to chaos fast, critical weather warnings are the first line of defense. Having access to live coverage during high-impact weather events is crucial and can save your life. For the first time ever, as of this moment, the state of Alabama now has a dedicated 24/7 weather source that will take care of all 67 counties. No part of the state will be ignored. Introducing the Alabama Weather Network, which begins now. June the 26th, 1978. That was my very first television weathercast on WCFT in Tuscaloosa, Channel 33. I was making $1.90 an hour. And the truth is, I would have paid them $1.90 an hour because I was living a dream. Ever since I was little, a little boy growing up in Butler County, Alabama, I loved weather. I loved storms. I loved to learn about them. And here I was at the age of 22 getting to do this on television. And it's been an amazing ride, 47 years and still counting, most of those years in Alabama. I was away for a few years back in the 80s in Dallas-Fort Worth, but think about all of the things we had been through together. Hurricane Frederick, September 1979. The Great Ice Storm of January 1982. The blizzard of 1993. Who can forget that one? If you were alive then, every single county in the state had enough snow to measure. Parts of the state had full-blown blizzard conditions. We had Hurricane Ivan in 04, Katrina in 05, Snowmageddon in 2014. The list goes on and on. But the one thing I've watched over the years is how people consume weather information. It's changed radically, and we understand that. And that's one reason we now have the Alabama Weather Network. We know that most people are starting to watch weather on their phones. They're starting to watch over the digital platforms, and they're consuming media in a different way, and we want to be there for you and your family and for the entire state. For years, I was confined to a television market, a single television market. But as social media came online 20 years ago, the territory expanded. All of those boundaries went away. And on social media, I noticed that I was reaching just as many people in every part of the state. And my dream at that time was, what if we could provide long-form, aggressive, proper coverage for every part of Alabama? And today, the dream comes true. The Alabama Network is on the air, and we will be on the air 24/7 to take care of you and your family. Doesn't matter where you live. Listen, one thing about this, whenever we have tornado warnings, we'll be here. It doesn't matter about television markets. It doesn't matter about National Weather Service county warning areas. Don't worry about that. If you live in the state of Alabama, we've got your back. That's our commitment. If there's a tornado warning, we are on the air with live coverage. with a team of professional, experienced meteorologists and resources like I've never had before in all of my career. Now, I've been around here for a long time, but I'm energized and I'm just getting started. I can't wait to tell you more about what's happening here. But out of all of the things we can tell you, the most important part of our operation, it's the people. That's what will make this a success. I wanted to bring in top A-player meteorologists that understand Alabama, the people, the culture, and the microclimates. And we have done that. The first person I would like for you to meet is Drew McCombs. Drew, you have been doing this for a while. And let me just say this, Drew worked for a Huntsville legend, Bob Barron, before joining us. I've known Bob for a long time, and if you're in the Tennessee Valley, and if you're old enough, people remember Bob, Weather in Motion, and they provide our graphics, Drew, and it's great to have you here, and it's an honor to have you here. Thank you.
Well, it's an honor to be here, James, and let me just first off say that talking about the dream that you've had for this network, it's a dream for me to be a part of this, and so I just want to thank you and everyone involved here for this opportunity. But yes, starting, not really totally starting my career at Barron, I did TV for a couple years, but came to Barron and been there basically the past 16 years up until this year. And it's an amazing weather company, and so happy that we've got the opportunity to use their graphics and their radar products and everything as part of what we're going to be doing here, because that's going to really just help us do what we need to do and help to keep people safe and keep people informed. And my experience there was amazing, just to be able to train and help meteorologists who were in front of the TV, in front of the camera. And now, it's kind of full circle. I'm back in front of it again, so it's kind of crazy.
And we're so glad you're here. And Drew is an absolute whiz at the Barron weather system. It generates the graphics that we'll be using here on the Alabama Weather Network, and we're so thankful for you. But really quickly, some nosy personal questions, okay? So where'd you grow up?
So grew up in the Birmingham area, was born in Tuscaloosa, but moved up into kind of the Northeast Jefferson County, Center Point, Roebuck kind of area.
Irwin Eagle. Once an Eagle, always an Eagle. Yep. And you played some football.
I did. I played tight end there, wore number 81. It's my dad's old number as well. He played there as well, actually. And,
so tell us about your family.
I'm married to my beautiful wife, Katie, and we have 4 children. I got Anna Marie, who's 13, Sarah Faye, who's 10, Ellie Spencer, who's 6, and then David, who's about to turn 3 here. So
3 girls and 1 boy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, right.
So we're honored to have you here, Drew, and Drew and I will be together. You'll see us a lot during the high-end tornado coverage that we do. But let me just say this. One of the great things I like about what we're doing is the fact that we can offer this to you free. The app doesn't cost a dime. All of the streams, it's all free, thanks to these amazing partners. And we've tried to handpick partners that we think it's a good fit, that I believe in. And I believe in the Alabama Community College System, ACCS. What they've done for young people in this state, what they've done for the state in general, it's amazing. And for just a moment, I want you to hear from ACS and their leadership team.
Good morning. I'm Jimmy Baker, Chancellor of the Alabama Community College System. On behalf of the system, I would like to congratulate James Spann with his endeavor to initiate and launch the Alabama Weather Network. This will be a great service to the people of the state of Alabama. The Alabama Community College System will be a major supporter of the program. As James and his staff provide the weather information, the Alabama Community College System will provide information about the educational and workforce opportunities across the state. We at the Alabama Community College System are excited about this opportunity and believe it will be a great service to the entire state. And we wish the best of luck to all of you.
I absolutely love our partnership with the Alabama Community College System. I appreciate what they do. You'll be learning much more about them as we go along. So in addition to meeting our meteorologists today on this special live open, I want you to understand the resources we have. One of the things we've learned from social scientists is this. When people watch long-form coverage and we're standing there with radar for hours and hours and hours, it's not that visually interesting to people, and oftentimes people don't really see what they need to see. They just see a bucket of spilled paint. We know that you need to be able to see the weather in order to respond properly, which means we need to have an extensive skycam network, and we do. take a look. Some amazing views we have seen from our skycams, and understand we're just in the process of building the network out. We've got operational skycams now in a number of counties across the state, but this is the goal. By the end of the year, a skycam in every single county, all 67 counties of the state. And understand we have full control of these skycams, zoom, pan, tilt, everything. And of course, in addition to seeing severe storms, we can also see these amazing scenes on nice weather days, sunrise, sunset scenes that are absolutely outstanding. And Drew McCombs, for weather dweebs, geeks, nerds, dorks, and weenies, it doesn't get any better than this.
Absolutely, James. And it's been hard, to be honest, to focus on what we needed to do to launch today, because we've been so busy looking at these sky cams. I mean, it's just beautiful. And just what you're seeing here are time lapses that we've caught just in the last couple of weeks since we've had some of these online. So it's just amazing what we're going to be able to see and show everyone on a daily basis, even when there's not anything going on really with the weather to worry about. We've got these beautiful pictures to look at and videos to look at.
And understand this is a statewide network. And again, it's going to be a constant build out. Our goal is to have 100 cameras online within 1 year, and then more than that in year 2. The network will continue to expand. So let's go live, Drew. We're live here at 12/11 on Monday, August 11th. And let's just showcase a few of the cameras we have. Let's go from top to bottom. Let's start up in the Shoals. This is our skycam in Florence overlooking the University of North Alabama. Got a field of cumulus clouds. And again, nothing beats being able to actually look out the window. And these skycams are our window to the world. This is the skycam that's in Huntsville, up on Montesano Mountain. And we have a partnership with Alabama Public Television. We are so thankful for Wayne Reed and his team. We have skycams on all of the APT transmitter sites across the state, and they've got them statewide. Here's a skycam in Russellville. I was at Bell Green High School last week speaking to all of the Franklin County teachers as they get set to start the school year. I love Franklin County, and it's an honor to be able to see the weather in real time there. This is Bald Rock Mountain. This is located in St. Clair County. This is east of Birmingham, between Birmingham or Leeds and Pell City. And up on that mountain, the views are absolutely tremendous in all directions. We'll keep going. And again, these are just some of the cameras we're showing you today. This is coming from Chehaw State Park. And let me tell you what, it does not feel like, look at the numbers here. This is August. It's 71 degrees with rain falling. You literally need a jacket up here. I will tell you, and I love Chehaw State Park. You're going to see some amazing scenes here. That's 2,407 feet elevation above sea level. That's the highest point in the state. And on a day like today with 71 degrees, how about that? Montgomery, love Montgomery, worked on television there long ago. And again, they're sitting at 80, and that's not bad for an August day. Sky there is mostly cloudy. But Drew, this is amazing. I could do this all day, and we're not going to do this all day, but we'll take a few more. Let's take a look at a few more here. So this is Jefferson. So let me explain where this is. This is on Alabama Highway 28, south of Demopolis. And this is going to give us a great view of Marengo County, storms in Sumter County as well. It's not that far from the Rooster Bridge and the Tombigbee River. And that is, again, on one of the Alabama Public Television towers. So Marengo, Sumter County, that's a good one for you. Southeast Alabama, let's go down to Abbeville. This is an APT camera. They've got 80 degrees. Again, the sky there is mostly cloudy. Love coming to Southeast Alabama, the Wiregrass. One of my favorite school stops last year was Headland Elementary School. I love that part of the state. And we'll keep working our way down to the south. And again, these are just some of the cameras that are online. You can see them all in our app. This is Dozier. When I was growing up in Greenville, Alabama, W.O. Palmer Elementary School, we used to watch Channel 2 out of Dozier, Alabama Public Television, in class. And that's on their transmitter site down in South Alabama. They're sitting at 82 with a field of cumulus clouds. Let's keep going, Drew. We're going to keep on working our way down to the south, and this will be the Skycam at Spanish Fort. And obviously, this is on the eastern shore of Mobile Bay, looking back toward Mobile Bay and the skyline of Mobile. And obviously, during times of tropical weather, this will be of great interest. And speaking of tropical weather, you got to have a camera on the coast. And by golly, we've got a bunch of them. We have 2 in operation now. In fact, 2 of them online now on Dauphin Island. This is camera number 1 on Dauphin Island, showing a beautiful blue sky, fair weather cumulus cloud kind of day. And again, this is just an example of the cameras that we have in place. So, and if you've got a good high location for a camera, send us an email. John Olshu of our staff is in charge of the cameras, and just send an email to cameras@alabamaweathernetwork.com. We pay for the cameras, you just provide the site. So let's introduce another meteorologist while we're talking today. I want to introduce a good friend of mine who I've worked with him since the 90s in a little weather business we've had. And this is Bill Murray. And let me just say up front that Bill and I are members of the same club. That's the Hair Club for Men. All right. And of course, I told Bill, what's the best powder for a bald-headed man? CoverGirl. All right. So I will get Bill some CoverGirl powder here. But for you, Bill, you're a Birmingham native. This is your home. You're an Alabama native. And seeing something like this for you has to be a dream come true.
Oh, James, it's just an amazing situation because I was born in Caraway Hospital, grew up in Norwood, went to Huffman High School, attended
Once
Sanford.
a Viking, always a Viking.
Did a science project for Robert Davis that went to the International Science Fair, stopped hurricanes, studied at the feet of J.B. Elliott.
The great weather legend, National Weather Service employee in Birmingham for 32 years, and he was my mentor and your mentor.
Mine too.
Right. And so a lot of us came up through that J.B. Elliott School of Meteorology, which was just great. But you have been the brains behind this. Bill is our Chief Operations Officer, and people don't understand that building an operation like this, it's not easy and it doesn't happen overnight.
James, it's hard to not to get emotional today. Drew and I were sitting up here working about 6:30, and we saw the channel come live on the big screen televisions, and I have to admit I got a little teary, James, because it's over 2 years worth of dreaming, planning, scheming, working, failing fast and trying to fix things, And James, you're our inspiration. You're our foundation. You're our
Old
rock.
man.
Yeah, well, you can say that, but you make us inspired, and you derive excellence from us every day, and we thank you for that. When we hear you deliver the weather, every day, you make us want to be better, and we thank you for that.
Well, and what we want to do here is make a tangible difference in the lives of the people of the state. And again, it doesn't matter if you live in Waterloo, Scottsboro, Foley. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to take care of you, and this will be an operation designed to do that. We have the people and we have the resources to do that. And I want to thank you for your work, because you and Drew, they've done all the hard work. I'm just the stooge that comes in and gets to enjoy their work. But it's been a remarkable run, and this is the start of something really special. So another great resource we have, it's our chasers in the field. And during severe weather, we can have 500 skycams, but they're in fixed locations. You have to be able to have the chasers in the field, Bill. They're critical. And John Oldshoe has been a colleague for a long, long time. And we'll hear from John in just a minute. But Brett Adair, Brett is a legendary storm chaser. And guess what? He's on our team, Bill. I can't tell you how many times I've watched Brett's coverage from the field. It's amazing.
Well, if you saw a tornado anywhere in the United States in the last few years, generally Brett Adair was inside of it, and it's just amazing to have him on our team.
And let's describe what people are seeing here, Bill. This is Brett's drone, where this is live video coming from the campus of the University of North Alabama. Again, we're going back to the northern part of the state. And let me just say this. I want to be sure you hear this. No part of the state will be ignored. If you hear anything I say today, no part of the state will be ignored. I don't care if you live in the biggest city in Birmingham, if you live way out in the sticks. And listen, I am from rural South Alabama. I'm from places you've never heard of before. Georgiana, Ebenezer, McKenzie. Those are the places where I'm from, and that is my heart. But with our chasers in the field, and you saw Brett's drone video there coming from Florence, we're able to show you real-time weather with these amazing views from drones. And boy, drone technology has changed everything.
And James, it's so critical because you have to get up above the trees here in Alabama to see what's really going on.
All right.
And so that gives us an amazing point of view of these storms. And we're going to have a look at almost every storm that happens in Alabama, and that gives us the ground truth that we need that helps us support the decisions that we see on radar.
So let's go to John Oldshoe's drone video right now. So, oh boy, that's outstanding. I will tell you right now, I know where John Oldshoe is. He's over the eastern shore of Mobile Bay. The eastern shore of Mobile Bay. And this is live as you watch this, live from John's drone shot. And again, we're going to see some pretty cool shots there, places like Daphne, Montrose, Fairhope, down to Point Clear. And wherever the weather is active, not only are we going to have just John and Brett, but a team of chasers that works with Brett Adair, and we're so thankful for Brett and his partnership in this. And that will be just a very, 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 very good resource, and we're so thankful for that. And again, for those that don't know, John was heavily involved in the April 27, 2011 tornado outbreak, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. But I want to introduce another member of the staff. That's what we're trying to do today, is introduce you to our new staff members. This is an old friend. Old friend. We go way back, okay? So Ashley, I first met her when she was in junior high school.
16. That's wild.
And you were interested in weather, and you came up, and before you know it, we were working together. So tell us about your career.
Oh, goodness. I mean,
your academic background is Mississippi
State. I'm a cowbell girl. I'm in
there with you. They gave me my career. I am so thankful for the geoscience program in Starkville and Mississippi State, because my first major was electrical engineering. Nobody ever told me weather was a career option.
Right.
Until I got that little job making $1.90 an hour and thinking, whoa, this is great. So they gave me my career, but you came up through Mississippi State and you did television. Yes. You've been doing it for a while.
I did. I started interning with you, so I kind of got a feel for everything and how everything works, and that was a treat. And then I worked in Southeast Alabama. I worked in Dothan, WTVY, for my first job. I
bet you know where Ashford is.
I do.
I bet you know where Pansy is.
I know where Rehoboth is.
Yeah, I bet you know where Bertha is. Come on.
I do.
See, I will never beat her in Southeast Alabama geography. I'll try, but I'll never beat you. But Dothan is an amazing place to live. It's a great place.
It's fascinating. And I still have roots in Southeast Alabama, too, because my grandmother lived in Luverne.
Luverne, Crenshaw County.
Yes.
That is a suburb of Greenville, where I'm from originally. But it is an honor having you back, and you've worked through a lot of events in your career.
A lot of events. It's really been a treat. I mean, I've seen tornadoes through storm chasing. I've even done that out in the Great Plains. Snowstorms. I flew into Hurricane Ivan with the hurricane hunters.
How
which was
cool is that?
Incredible.
In fact, this I still use, even though it's been over, 20 years, I still use some of your pictures that you took in the programs that I show school kids, because I know this person who got to do this. People don't understand how hard that is. I mean, it's a tough flight.
It's wild. I mean, I really, you spend all this time, because there's no weather instruments in the middle of the Gulf and the Atlantic, so you've got to have somebody that goes to get that information that we can pass on to you to get the latest information for those storms. And it's fascinating. You spend 6 hours there, and then you spent 3 hours in the storm. You cross through the eye wall 4 times. Incredible stuff. And then all that information gets sent to the Hurricane Center and comes right to us.
They're absolute heroes. And we should mention that we have another member of the team that could not make it today, Charles Daniel, who's our old friend. We worked with Charles for a long time. But again, what I tried to do here is bring in A players, experienced veteran meteorologists that understand the state. You've lived it. You've gone through these analogs. You can. It gives you a unique ability when you've done this for a while. And I feel very comfortable with the team that we have put together. And it's going to be really an amazing group that we're going to work with here.
Getting the band back together.
The boys and the girls are back together again after all these years. So it's going to be very good. So Ashley, thank you in advance for all that you're going to do for us. And you're a great addition to the team. I tell you what, Drew, if you can pull up that skycam one more, give us one more skycam shot. I want to show, leave it right there. This is going to be our skycam from Chehaw State Park. And that's amazing to me. I could watch this all day. Here it is. It can be 100 degrees, and it's 71 degrees. Now let's go to John Oldshoe's skycam, actually John Oldshoe's drone, and look at there. We've got some rain showers in progress down in Baldwin County. And again, John's going to be, he'll be working, of course, the weather statewide like we all are, but John has been frequenting South Alabama a lot, and friends down in Baldwin and Mobile counties. And we're counting on John tremendously for hurricane coverage. We hope that we do not have to deal with hurricanes this year, but if we do, we have John ready to go, and we're thankful for that. Another member of the staff I want to introduce very quickly is Bill Hardikoff. Bill is our Chief Executive Officer, CEO. He's the boss, okay? So, and I want to first off let you know that Bill is a man of integrity. He's an amazing businessman. Many of you know that for many years, Bill was the president of the Birmingham Barons. And he was here when Michael Jordan was here. What was that like, by the way?
It was busy, let me say that. Very busy.
What year was that? It's like,
It was 1994.
where does time go? That's 31 years.
31 years ago.
Goodness gracious. But having Bill is the chief executive officer of this entity has been a blessing for us. And I think you understand our vision and you are able to implement that vision. Listen, we do weather. My job is forecasting the weather. This is a very complicated process to build a business like this. So thank you for what you've done.
Well, this has been a dream come true, not just for you, but for me also. And to see that the Alabama state is going to be the first state to have a weather network throughout the entire 67 counties is awesome. Nobody else in the country has this. So for Alabama to be number one, it's a great situation for us.
I also want to give a big shout out to the Sky Watchers. We've talked about our chasers that work with Brett Adair and John Oldshoe, but we have these volunteers all over the state.
Absolutely. They're critical.
They really are. And if you are interested in becoming one of them, go to our app, download the app. Hopefully you're watching on the app now, and there's a form you can fill out and get involved. And the next question, Bill, is how can you watch? A lot of people are maybe watching on somebody else's phone and they want to know. So we have a tornado situation they want to watch. So kind of explain the process that you.
Well, you can watch on our app live. You can watch on our website. You can watch on Facebook Live if there's a severe weather event. You can watch on the over-the-top TVs, on Roku, which is now live. You can watch on YouTube, and you can watch on Android Fire. So there's a lot of different ways that you can watch the Alabama Weather Network.
Right, and I want to mention, a lot of folks are asking about Apple TV and some of the TV platforms. Bill, it's going to be a few days. There's a little delay in that, so if you're looking for the Alabama Weather Network and, for example, the Apple Store for Apple TV, it'll be a little later this week, and the same thing, I think, for Amazon Fire. So it's coming, and thankfully we expect no severe storms in Alabama this week. By the time we have severe storms, all of those apps should be there. And they're free.
They're free. Everything that we're doing is free. Whether it's the app, whether it's the website, whether it's anything to do with the Alabama Weather Network, it's absolutely free. And that's in great part because of our wonderful sponsors and partners who have joined in sight unseen. We haven't even been on the air, and some major players have come on board. Regions, Alabama Power, the carrier dealers of Alabama, and the Alabama Community College system. They've been wonderful. They have been with us the entire time. And if anybody's interested, any company is interested in partnering with the Alabama Weather Company, the Alabama Weather Network, just give us a call and we'd love to talk to you.
Well, Bill, it's an honor having you as the boss. You're the greatest boss ever. Thank you a lot for being with us today. Ryan, let me look people in the eyes for just a minute. I want to talk to them for just a second here before we go to regular programming. A few notes here. A lot of you know that April 27, 2011 impacted me in a very personal way. This was a generational tornado outbreak, much like April 3rd, 1974. I was in high school when that happened. I worked that as a volunteer with my ham radio gear. April 27, 2011, for those that were not here, in this state alone, we had 62 tornadoes in one day. The death toll was 252. That's inexcusable for anybody, those of us in the weather enterprise and you. These were precious people that died. And let me just say, there is a documentary in the works about April 27, 2011. This will be a very high-end special documentary that tells the stories of those that lived, some of those that did not live, the resiliency of this state. And I'm very excited that that's being put together right now as we approach the 15th anniversary. But I think that's one of the driving mechanisms for me behind this network is that cannot happen again. The warnings were excellent, and yet all these people died. We've learned so much from social scientists, and we have to integrate social science and physical science into one, an interdisciplinary approach. And we've learned so much from them. And we also understand that a lot of people consume media in different ways. And we're going to take the best of the old that I've done, the Ron Burgundy newscast for all those years, and we're also going to take the best of the new. So at this point, I think we are about wrapped up here. So we're going to go back to regular programming. Thanks to everybody for being here today. And we will see you guys soon on the Alabama Weather Network.
Work, a strong word. Together with force, it's something pretty powerful. Our workforce keeps Alabama growing. So where does it come from? your Alabama community colleges. Quality classroom learning, hands-on, real job training, all across Alabama. Building enormous ships down south, blasting into space up north, and in between, all the jobs that move us forward. Alabama's community colleges, Alabama's largest training network.
Live, statewide, 24/7. It's the Alabama Weather Network.